Hey guys, this is Jeff, and this is a new series I wanted to start on how to get better at COD, but a real-world, in-depth series where I go through steps that will help you get better. When I first started this game, I was the biggest noob ever, and throughout the years I've learned how to get pretty good at the game. So I wanted to share with you my tips, my tricks, and what I've done to get better. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this. I've never really seen a series like I'm planning on doing here where I get so in depth, but let's just start it off with the first episode, and it's going to be on connection. And of course, connection is so important to being good at this game. So I'm going to show you how to get the best connection you can. The first thing you're going to want to do is know what a router is, because you're going to want to have a hardwired connection from your router into either your PS3 or your Xbox. Now you see the LAN ports. Your router might look a little different, but those LAN ports you should all have. What you're going to want to do is take a Category 6, a high-end Cat 6 cable like you see here, and get a connection between one of those LAN ports and your PS3 or Xbox. And you're going to want to keep that connection always connected, and I'll explain to you a little bit why later. The next thing you're going to want to do after you get that connection hardwired is going to your network settings for either your PS3 or your Xbox. And you're going to want to make sure that you have it connected to as wired, not a wireless connection, but a wired connection. And the reason why you're going to want to keep that as a solid connection and never really unplug it is because you're going to want to have a static IP, which basically means you're not going to want that IP to change a lot. And if you keep that connection where it's connected from your router into your PS3 or your Xbox, always there, very rarely will you get it where it changes the IP of the machine. So that brings us to the next part, and that is to find out what your IP is for your Xbox or your PS3. And you simply go into your settings, either your network settings or your connection status settings, and you find out what the IP is for your machine, for either your Xbox or your PS3. Now, once you find the IP, I would recommend resetting, turning off the PS3 or the Xbox, and turning it back on and making sure that it stays that same IP, because we're going to do port forwarding, and you do it for a specific IP, and you're going to want that machine, your machine, to stay as a static IP. And just to summarize up to this point, so you're going to want to make sure you have a wired connection from your router into your PS3 or Xbox. Then you're going to want to make sure that actually in the settings for your PS3 or your Xbox that it is set up as a wired connection. And then you're going to go into your PS3, you're going to go into your Xbox, and make sure that you find out what the IP of the machine is, of your PS3 and of your Xbox is. And once you find out that number, you're going to reset or turn on your PS3, turn off your Xbox, turn it back on, and make sure that the IP has stayed the same and that it's not changing on you. Because the next step is going to be to find out what type of router you have, and you're going to want to log into your router. And this step is where how I learned how to do all this is I actually called my internet provider, and I just explained to him, I'm not getting that good of a connection. I play video games, and I want a better connection. And the guy was cool, and he walked me through it. So don't ever be scared to call your internet provider and ask them questions. So you're going to want to find out what router you have, either a Toshiba, a UB, a RCA, a Linksys. Find out what the router actually is, because you're going to need to log into it. You're going to need to find the default router address, and you're going to go into your Safari or your internet browser, and you're going to type in that address. It's usually a 192.168.0.1, but it might be different, and that's where don't be afraid to call your internet provider. Once you log in to your router, you're going to go to the forwarding button, port forwarding, and you're going to type in the address of your machine, and you're going to want to have a range of ports that you're going to forward. And so if your address is 192.168.whatever, and you're going to type that in, whatever your Xbox or PS3's IP address is, into where it says the IP, and then I would go into Google, and if you play, let's say, Xbox, I would type in Xbox Modern Warfare 3 ports, and they will give you a breakdown or a list of ports. If you play Black Ops, go into Black Ops Xbox or PS3 ports. And even when the new Blackout comes out, I'm sure there'll be a list of ports that, you know, Modern Warfare or Infinity Ward or Treyarch is going to use to forward ports. So that is pretty much it. I want you guys to take a look at this final kill. This was not set up. It was just epic, man, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. I 360'd this guy, and I shot his C4 that he placed on the wall for the final kill. Is epic, dude. That's like the sickest kill ever. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you follow these steps, I promise you'll have a better connection. And stay tuned to the channel. I will definitely be coming out with more in-depth ways of getting better at this game. So please subscribe, and peace.